Buenos días, excelente, ¿cómo estás? 10 o'clock, Trinidad and Tobago. Happy to you.
Okay, so we are all set. Good evening, everybody. Thank you for everybody who's making this happen. And I invite Kritika to take this forward.
Good evening, everyone. I welcome you all to the academic session hosted by Brainchild Trust. We have hosted multiple academic talks based on cerebral palsy, autism, family well-being, perception of vision, and many more over the past year. Today, on the occasion of World Down Syndrome Day, held on 21st March every year, we are celebrating self-advocacy of people with Down syndrome, their thoughts and hope. Talking today will be Mr. Aditya, Miss Unati, and Mr. Sharan. Before they have their talk, I would like to introduce Dr. Sushma Keshav. Dr. Sushma Keshav is currently a consultant pediatric neurologist at Aster CMI Hospital. She has had multiple academic achievements, such as she has completed her MBBS from Mysore Medical College, post which she has achieved her MD Pediatrics and DNB Pediatrics, post which she finished her fellowship in pediatric neurology. Sushma, I would like you to take over.
Thank you so much, Kritika, for the kind introduction. Can I share my screen?
Can't see it, ma'am.
You can share your screen, Dr. Sushma. You are a co-host. Let me know if there's any difficulty.
Yes.
She's a co-host. Yeah.
Okay, message put it up on the channel.
Can you?
Not yet.
Ma'am, I'm not able to.
Sorry, couldn't
You'll
hear
have
you,
to.
Dr. Sushma.
Ma'am, I'm not able to share the screen. I think you'll have to make me the host, co-host.
I have made
think,
it.
but
Okay.
it's not.
No, wait. For some reason it had gone. Try now again, please.
Yes. Can we see the screen now?
Not yet.
Not yet.
ಏನಾಗಿದೆಯೋ
She's not able to share screen. I don't know what happened.
ಮಿಕ್ ಹೋಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಓಕೆ,
No, it's okay. Then I don't know how to get it back. Allah.
Sushma, I think you may have to just disconnect and reconnect.
Okay. I'll try that.
Okay, Sushma, just check. You're the co-host now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Can you share the screen?
Yeah, I'm trying to share my screen, sir.
So maybe we can have a round of introductions, Purva, till we can tackle the glitch.
Yes, ma'am. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the talk today. My name is Apurva. I'm part of the BCT Trust. As a psychologist, we work as a team at Aster CMI Hospital, which is in Bangalore. So I would like to welcome our three guests for today, Ms. Unnatish Surana, Mr. Sharan Deliwala, and Mr. Aditya Subramaniam. Thank you very much for accepting our invitation. We feel very happy that you're part of our session today. We have lots to learn from you. So we are looking forward to the Q&A that we have tried to have this session as. I would like to start with Ms. Unnati. Unnati, would you like to introduce yourself and tell us all your achievements? Please share with all of us.
Sure. Hello, I am Unnati and I am 18. I live in Surat. The achievement that is very special to me is that I was invited to be a speaker at the TEDx last month. I spoke about the power of self belief. I can't think of that one moment when I realized that I have Down syndrome. I knew I was different when I was very young because of the way I was treated. I believe different does not make me less. I can do a lot of things that other girls of my age can do. I want to go to college and then
Thank you, Unnati, for sharing. You were talking about wanting to go to college.
yes,
Yeah. Do you want to tell us more about that?
yeah,
Some of your dreams and hopes and aspirations. You can go ahead and share with us since you already started.
sure. And then set up my own business. I want to start a restaurant. I also want to teach yoga. I want to travel the world and share about inclusion with more people.
Thank you. Thank you for that, Unnati. Those are some lovely dreams and aspirations that you have. Our friends Aditya and Sharan are also supporting you and clapping for you. Yes. Can we now, can I now ask Mr. Sharan to please introduce yourself? And please share all your passions. I know you're passionate about a wide area of topics.
Yes.
Please let the audience also know.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for giving me opportunity to talk about myself and my personal achievements. Very good evening to everyone. I am Sharan from Ahmedabad. I am 23 years old. I am blessed with Down syndrome. I am an artist and a young entrepreneur where I sell my products based on my artworks. My brand name is Swappers by Sharan. I got an opportunity to exhibit artworks in national and international art galleries. I am a photographer. I am learning for online photography since 3 years. I have won first prize in the Anurag Gupta Memorial Architectural Photography. I am good at karate. I have won many gold medals in karate. I want to achieve black belt in future. I am passionate dancer and trained cashier. I love listening to music. I am fitness freak. I completed 10 kilometers marathon. I have won Star Performer Award in Lockdown Talent Hunt. Even I have won Down syndrome title Mr. India in IIDS Raipur. Last year, I attended Down's mountaineering camp in Kathmandu, Nepal. I have won gold medal in single rope climbing. Presently, I am doing internship in Pearl Vocation Center. Thank you.
Thank you, Sharan.
Welcome.
It's amazing that you have such wide areas of interest. Where do you get the energy to do all this?
I am used to this too much activities, and my parents are very supportive, so I am doing lots of things.
How sweet, how nice. And between karate and photography and marathon running, which is your favorite?
I like everything because it's my favorite and I love to do.
That's very nice. Thank you. Thank you again.
Welcome.
Aditya, hi. It's so nice that you were patiently waiting and clapping for your friends.
Yes,
So
thanks
now
for
it's
coming
your
there.
turn. Please introduce yourself and tell us all about yourself.
Okay. Hello everyone. Good evening. I am Aditya Subramanian, 34 years old from Mumbai. At present, I am doing an internship at Taj Tree. My hobbies are dancing, playing antakshari, traveling, photography, cooking, and art and craft. Now my achievement. I achieved the second prize for Sloka chanting band in the competition from the Governor of Maharashtra. I received the Shri Bikubai Shisha Memorial Award for the Best Employee in Special category. I attended the Down Syndrome Mountaineering Workshop at Kathmandu last year. I use the public transport to go to school independently by the at the age of 10 years. When I was 18 years, I started working. So I started traveling by different modes of transport to go to work independently. I am lear- I am learning Bhagavad Gita classes along with the neurotypical adults. I was a finalist for the dance solo competition by Titan Company Limited, where I worked earlier in the year 2017. I am an entrepreneur, sold many handcrafted diyas. Thank you for giving me an platform to, to tell to speak about my views.
Thank you, Aditya. How do you feel when you do all the handcrafted things and people buy it from you? How do you feel?
Feel very proud, man.
How nice.
Feeling very proud.
Yeah, lovely.
And
Thank you very much.
And I have received orders also. Orders also.
You have received orders. How nice. So if one of us want to reach out and get more orders, I mean, give you more orders and get something,
Yes.
it's possible to reach out to you?
Yes, yes. It can be possible.
All right. All right.
So probably you can leave those details in the comment section so we can really make use of it. So we've had the round of introductions. So I'll share the screen, Dr. Sushma can begin.
Okay.
So you're able to see the screen, everybody? Yes, good. Okay. So Dr. Sushma, over to you.
Thank you, ma'am. Good evening, everyone. So today we are all gathered to know few things about Down syndrome. I'm sure all of you are well aware of all the difficulties and all the problems that the Down syndrome children or Down syndrome adults are facing. So children with Down syndrome have multiple malformations or medical conditions or cognitive impairments because of the presence of an extra genetic material from chromosome 21, as we all know. Then we go to the next slide, please. So health surveillance programs usually help us recognize these problems earlier. And by screening for these specific medical conditions, which are more common in Down syndrome, we can help these children lead a more almost near normal life. Next, please. So the health supervision for children with Down syndrome is an article that came up in 2011 from the American Academy of Pediatrics. It was telling us about the more common problems, the problems which are more frequent in children with Down syndrome. So the most common problem was hearing problem, seen in around 50 to 75% of those with Down syndrome. The next common problem came with vision. The third one was cardiovascular, which can also be severe. The fourth one was obstructive sleep apnea in 50 to 70%. Then came thyroid disorder in 4 to 18%. Then neurological disorder comes next in 1 to 13% of them. Gastrointestinal in 12%. Hematological, that is blood-related problems, in 4 to 10%. Atlantoaxial instability, we'll talk about it later, in 1 to 2%. And autism spectrum in about 1% of them, of the people with autism. So let's see, how do we just recognize these problems and how do we monitor for these problems so that we can take care of them before it hits us. So the health supervision guidelines. So according to the health supervision guidelines, let's go one by one, depending on each system. So let's take cardiovascular system in the beginning because it is relatively more common and also can be life-threatening. So in the cardiovascular system, there can be defects in the chambers, so there can be hole in the chamber, or there can be increase in the pressure of the pulmonary system, that is the respiratory system. So how do we recognize? So if a child is not growing properly, or if the weight gain is not good, or if the child is having very rapid breathing, or if the child becomes tired very easily, or if the child has excessive sweating or bluish discoloration of his lips, then we can recognize that, then we can think that the child may have some underlying heart condition. So we need to screen all these children. When do we screen them? We can screen them at birth. And then if the child is okay, if not at birth, then at young adults. So why do we do it at birth? Even if the child does not have any of these symptoms mentioned above, the child can still have a serious heart condition because there is something called as pulmonary hypertension, which can mask all these symptoms and the child can still have a heart disease. Hence, we screen these children at birth and also at young adults. Who can do the screening? Your pediatrician can also do a screening, but for these cardiovascular conditions, it will be very good if you could go to a pediatric cardiologist. You will use an ECG or a 2D echo to look if there is any heart disease. Or next, please. Next, let's go to the gastrointestinal system or our gut. So children with Down syndrome have issues such as motility of the gut. In the sense, the food we eat will not be passed on to the next section of the gut so that it can be digested easily. Or it could have difficulty in digesting these symptoms because of some antibodies produced against our gut, which is also called as celiac disease. Or it can also have issues with the lumen, that is the size of the opening of the gut. That is called as atresia. So how do we recognize these problems? First and foremost, we should see if the child at birth has passed stool or not. Other than that, we also have to see if the child is tolerating feeds, or if is the child having any severe vomiting, or if the child is having any growth delay, anemia, that is less hemoglobin, which manifests as paleness or increased fatigue or tiredness in the child. Also, the child can have rashes or ulcers in the mouth. So when do we screen these children? We have to screen at birth. Other than that, we have to screen at 2 years or whenever the child is having any of these above symptoms. So we can go to a general pediatrician or we can go to a pediatric gastroenterologist. So they will do an X-ray of the tummy, or they will do an ultrasound, or they will do some special blood tests like serum PTG IgA or total IgA, as I mentioned. Next, please. So next comes ENT. So hearing issues, congenital hearing loss is common in these children. Other than that, recurrent ear, nose, or throat or sinus infections are also common. This can partly be attributed to something called as mid-facial hypoplasia. That means the mid part of the face, that is the cheek or the nose, is not fully developed as it should be, and hence it is very difficult for the secretions to drain. So the child can have repeated infections. So how do we recognize if the child is having an infection or not, or if the child is having any hearing issues? So suppose it's a young child, the child may not turn if being called, or if the child may not alert to a sound. Similarly, the child may have repeated discharges from the ear, or may have cough, or can have headaches. So when do we screen these children? We have to screen at birth. After that, we need to screen at 3 months and every 6 monthly till the child is 3 years of age. So we do this very frequently because if the hearing evaluation or if the hearing loss is missed, then the other areas of development, for example, speech or social development, may also be affected. Hence, we have to screen them 6 monthly till they are 3 years of age and yearly thereafter. So an ENT surgeon would be a best person to do the screening. And they usually do something called as a BERA or an OE, and also looking at the tympanic membrane of the child. Next, please. So coming to vision, children with Downs can have refractory errors, that is farsightedness or nearsightedness. They can also have squint issues or early cataracts. So how do we recognize that the child may have any vision issue? So if it's a very young child, when you're looking at the child, when you're feeding the child, or when you're playing with the child, if the child is not directly looking at you or not following your face when you move around, if the child is not blinking when shown a bright object, these are some of the signs we can make out in a very young child. If it's a slightly older child who can go to a play school or a school, then if the child is having difficulty in taking down notes or copying items, or difficulty in looking at the blackboard and recognizing things, then we can say if the child has vision issues. Also, at home, if we notice that the child is bumping into furniture, not easily reaching to objects, then also we can make out that the child has some vision issues. So when do we screen for vision? As with all the other issues, we have to screen them at birth. After that, we have to screen once at 6 months. Then every year, we need to screen for these vision issues. A pediatric ophthalmologist would be a best person to do this. And they usually do a fundus examination and a C-clamp examination when you go to. Next, please. So endocrine or hormonal issues. Children with Downs can have congenital hypothyroidism. That is, the child may have less thyroid hormone levels in their bodies. Also, some rarely can have diabetes mellitus in the young. So it is very important to screen these children at birth because the symptoms of hypothyroidism like obesity, intolerance to cold, hair loss, a slower heartbeat, constipation, joint pains, joint laxity, all these can also be seen in Downs per se. So they can easily be missed. So we have to screen the children at birth. After that, at 6 months and 12 months of age, and then annually, so that we don't miss hypothyroidism, which is easily treated. So your general pediatrician can itself do a screening for hypothyroidism by doing a simple blood test like thyroid function test, or you can also go to a pediatric endocrinologist. Also, if the child is going to adolescence, so we can discuss the adolescence issues with the pediatric endocrinologist. Coming to blood-related disease, so children with Down syndrome can have anemia or something called as transient abnormal myelophysis, where the white blood cells are produced in excess for a short period. Also, leukemias are also slightly more common in these children than in general population. So how do we recognize? The child may have persistent low-grade fever. The child may be feeling more tired than usual, may be susceptible to more infections like cough, cold, diarrhea. The child can have weight loss and loss of appetite, can have easy bruising. If the child falls or has any injury, then can be easy bleeding or bruising. They can have joint pains or gum bleeding. So, but the good thing here is leukemia in children with Down syndrome is very treatable and have a higher success rate than in those with general population. So we have to screen them for this. So we have to screen them at birth and if symptomatic or at young adults. So if the child at birth, we have to screen. Also when the child is a young adult or anywhere in between if the child is showing any of these symptoms. So we usually do a very simple blood test called complete hemogram or CBC. If not, we can go to a pediatric hematologist and get it checked there. Next, please. So orthopedic issues. So because of joint laxity and hypotonia, these children can have instability and dislocation very commonly. So atlantoaxial dislocation means the bone between that supports the cervical spine, that is our spinal cord, and the skull. So the joint between the skull and the spinal cord may be having some instability. So we need to check for that. So how do we recognize? The child may have some neck pain, or there may be changes in the gait of the child, or the child may have torticollis, that is, the child may keep the head to one side. The child can also have signs of weakness in the legs or some issues in the bladder, that is urinary. Apart from atlantoaxial joint dislocation, the child can also have instability or dislocation in his hips, or for the matter, other small joints also. The child can also have flat foot or deviation of the spine. So for orthopedic issues, we generally don't screen them at birth. We usually screen them at 3 to 5 years of age, or if the child is having any of these symptoms, or if the child is planning to play any contact sports. So the best would be neck X-ray by a pediatric orthopedist. Next, please. So something called as obstructive sleep apnea is also fairly common in these children. Obstructive sleep apnea means the child does not get enough oxygen or the breathing is deranged when the child is asleep. This happens because of many reasons. One of the reasons are obesity, narrow nasal passages, repeated chest infections, and hypotonia or muscle weakness, which can lead to falling back of the tongue or decreased power during respiration and especially during sleep. So how do we recognize that the child has this obstructive sleep apnea? So the child may be snoring or mouth breathing. The child may have teeth grinding, restless sleep, does not have a smooth sleep, excessive napping during the daytime, bedwetting, growth problems, or the child may be excessively hyperactive during the day. So when do we screen? We screen the child when it is when the child is 1 year of age, and after that at each visit to the pediatrician. So usually no tests are required for screening. They usually screen by clinical judgment by looking at the child and examining the child. If required, a sleep study can be done later. Next, please. So, summarizing the whole follow-up or surveillance in children with Downs. So, the foremost or the most important one will be screening for a heart disease. So almost all of these conditions are usually screened at birth. Other than that, vision and hearing is usually vision, hearing, and thyroid disorders are usually screened at regular intervals, because these are generally we can treat them with something or the other, and it will usually, if not treated, this will affect all other domains of development in these children. So vision, hearing, and thyroid are screened at regular intervals. Other than that, heart disease, constipation, your gut issues like celiac or Hertzsprung, your blood disorders, your joint disorders, all of these are usually screened at birth. And after that, if the child is symptomatic or is going for any sports, or if the, such things. So this is a summary of the screening at what all age we have to do. Any questions from anyone?
So probably we will take that at the end. So
Okay.
anything, please put them up in the chat as well.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Sushma.
Thank you, Dr. Sushma, for that checklist. I suppose the therapists here and the doctors who have joined us as well have got a lot of clarity if they have a child coming in with suspected Down syndrome and they know what to do. I would like to bring in Unnati here. Unnati, what do you think about Down syndrome? What do you think about the condition?
I realized that very early, but I think I am more like everyone.
Yes, I think in the beginning also you said there is no difference. You're like any of your peers.
Yes.
That's great to know. Aditya, I would like to ask you, if there's a young child with Down syndrome, what would be your advice to him or her?
We all are enabled and not unable to explore the maximum. The sky is not a limit. There are lots of awareness, possibility, opportunity, accepting, and inclusion. I would like to advise my younger one to be a self-advocate and speak up for your rights and needs. Our aim is to progress every day and end the stereotype. And speak up and be respected.
That's very well said. I think you said improve every day. So that's a good takeaway for us as therapists, right?
Yes.
We also should be in line and aligned to your goals so that we can help you as well. Thank you. Thank you for that. So I'm aware that all three of you are friends. So I just wanted to talk about your friendship a little bit. Sharan, do you have a lot of friends? What are some of the challenges that you face in your friendship circles?
Yes, I have a lot of friends in my life. Also, meaning of friends are building relationship with peers. Is all about sharing and caring. Other hand, feel like love and support in both times, school and tough times. So I am immensely grateful to my God. I have a wonderful set of friends from my vocational center. We do lots of movie time, night outs, parties, going out station trips, deciding cricket and football matches. Right, what we are enjoying, we are enjoying a lot. In Ahmedabad, we have an amazing initiative called We Bond, started by two siblings. We do lots of different activities on weekends with neurotypical community heroes. We like to interact and make new friends. That's a part of making peers. Thank you.
So you are part of We Bond. That's where you
Yeah.
made a lot of friends.
Yeah, means we one means we means we are together and bond means we have very closely attachment. So it's like we bond together.
Lovely. That's lovely. Thank you for sharing about that. I think one of the things that we have to realize is that friendships are important to all of you. And social connection, there is enough research to show that social connection is important for good mental health. So it's important for all of us to connect with each other and help each other. So, Unnati, I would like to talk a little more about your aspirations for the future. Do you want to tell us about your restaurant and some of the other things that you mentioned?
Yes, yes. I want to live a meaningful life. I want to travel the world. I want to have my own business. Also, I want to open my restaurant name as the Rockstar.
I missed the name. What do you want to call it?
I want to call it as the Rockstar.
You want to call it Rockstar, just like you.
Yes.
That's nice. So what do you think are the strengths and abilities you need to start off these businesses and to start off a restaurant perhaps? What are the strengths do you think one requires?
I am very confident person. I love eating. I am good at dancing.
You're good at yoga as well?
Yes, I'm good at yoga. I enjoy yoga a lot. I also play table tennis.
So you could have a unique restaurant.
Yes.
With opportunities for all of these, for people who visit your restaurant.
Yes, yes.
Lovely. Thank you, Unnati. Thank you so much. Aditya, what does friendship mean to you?
What does friendship mean to you?
Yes.
When we have a friend, the life is enjoyable. Friendship means to me bonding, caring, and sharing. We play musty with each other. We share secrets and crack jokes with each other. Sometimes we fight, but we let go and forgive and become friends again. And we have a support group for where we meet friends over there and go for outing, enjoying with friends. That's what friendship is. Thank
How
you.
lovely. How lovely that you have a good set of friends and you just want to have fun and enjoy.
Yes.
That's great. But sometimes have you come across, Aditya, that some of us who don't know you, who don't know Down syndrome, who don't know neurodivergence, what assumptions do we make about friends like you?
No, I
Assumptions do you people make about it? I don't know. You are treated like a child.
Yeah.
Not as a mature adult.
we are treated like a child, but not like a mature adult. They think we do not they think we they think we cannot understand. We cannot make any decision and choices. They think we don't have they, they think we don't have the same need, desire like a neurotypical.
I think you raised a very important point for all of us to note. I think we have to treat you as adults and not treat you that you don't know anything or you're not capable, isn't it?
Yeah.
You are very much capable, and we should remember that and give you equal opportunities. Thank you. Unnati, you have raised your hand. Would you like to add something?
Yes,
Yes, please go ahead.
I want to share more about my restaurant. Is that there will be neurodiverse and neurotypical who will work together separately. There will be a zen zone where they can attend workshops, they can play games and etc. So that's all I want to talk about my restaurant.
Rockstar will have all the neurotypicals and diverse
Yes,
rocking with each other.
yes.
That's nice. That's awesome. Sharon, I wanted to know from you, what are, you did mention you're passionate about fitness. So what are some of the practices that you have for physical and mental wellness? What do you do?
So my physical health, my first priority is food is as very important. What you are, what you eat. I am following gluten-free and vegan diet. I have got miraculous result in myself. I boost up my immunity. I do not eat any dairy products, plus no processed and packaged foods. I eat lots of fruits, vegetables, legumes, beans, nuts and seeds, so millets. So I am having more energy and getting more healthier options. For physical health, I do lots of exercises, like I do cycling, core strengthening, strength training, weight training. For my mental health, I practice meditation and relaxation techniques. I write gratitude and affirmation every day. Dance and music part of my stress buster for me. Sleep is very important. I go to sleep early and wake up early. So my mantra are eat smart, sleep right, keep moving, take deep breaths and love yourself. Thank you.
That's such an amazing mantra. Thank you for sharing. Now we know the secret of your energy, how you can do so many things.
Yes.
That's lovely, Sharan. I think we all have much to be thankful for, and gratitude journaling is a very good practice to have.
Yes.
Unnati, you want to share some of your fitness or your mental health practices?
Yeah, I do yoga. I'm learning advanced, and I'm doing 900 abs and 50 push-ups every day for my health.
That requires a lot of discipline, isn't it?
Yes.
Lovely. That's great. Aditya, this next question is for you. When do you think neurodiversity is important?
We are all very talented in detailing, being focused, have dedication, being patient, and perfection. Some of them have become entrepreneurs and chefs. Some are employed. Some are models who have walked the ramp. Some are photographers who can shoot the important events. Some are Bharatanatyam dancers. Some are Bharatanatyam dancers. Some are Bollywood dancers. Some are sportsmen. Many have won medals in the national games like badminton, table tennis, and swimming. Some are great singers and play instruments. Some are good actors. Some are great artists who have painted and exhibited their painting and or told their painting. Third, we have overcome our limitations and are successful in our respective fields. Thank you.
So I think what I understand, Aditya, is that understanding the talents and nurturing in different vocations is, I think, very valuable, isn't it? So inclusion in all sectors and all areas of life is something is a
Yes,
kind of
yes.
takeaway that we have from your answer. But has there been a situation where you have felt different, where you have been made to feel, you know, you're different, or not normal? Have you felt any situations and how did you handle it?
Yes, I have faced it. Yes, we have faced, no?
Yes, I have faced the situation. Yet I have faced many situations which make me feel I am not normal. Some are education, life skill, time and money management,
Discussions.
like example that I'm going to share. I wanted I wanted to become an IT professional like my brother Suraj, but I do not have that ability to study that much. But it is okay. I will keep learning new things and try to do my best to live an independent life. Thank you.
Very well said. Very well said. I think you are very aware of your abilities, your strengths, and you want to keep on improving those without being compared to others, isn't it? And try to live independently. I think that is the main goal for all of us here today. Thank you so much, Aditya. Thank you. Thank you,
Welcome,
Unnati,
Didi.
and thank you, Sharan.
I think Sharan wants to say something. Before that, I wanted to highlight the way Aditya said it is okay. I think
Yeah.
we all neurotypical or neurodiverse, we catch on to that. It will help us all a lot of mental trouble. Yes, Sharan, I think you wanted to say something.
Yes, I want to say something to you all. Like me and my mom always practice gratitude journal and writing gratitude. Another mom, Meghna and Surana, which is main main startup for Cognifit Plus. So I am grateful
Thank
to
you.
her also.
Sharan, where
Thank
are the paintings today? Maybe one or two you can show.
Yes, yeah. This is my artwork.
It's amazing.
It's amazing.
Wow, wow.
Yeah.
This is I have exhibit this artwork in Mexico at Marinda. This
Great.
is theme of aquarium type. Okay, thank you for sharing my artworks.
Thank you. We can see that you're very much inspired by nature.
Yes, and what I have mentioned, like I am an entrepreneur and I have my Instagram page, Swapaswa Saran. You all go and you can visit my page. You all can see my all artworks and keep receiving my orders.
Thank you, Sharan. I would request you to please put your Instagram handle on the chat
Okay.
so that everybody
Raise your hand.
can access it.
Raise your hand.
Aditya, you're raising your hand. Yes, you want to share
I would
something?
like to share. I would like to share my handcrafted deer that I told you on the first
Yes,
topic.
yes, please show us. Yeah, that's better. Now we're able to see it. Very
Yeah.
beautiful.
Most of them some rock art. So, it's a rock art.
These are rock art. It's made from rock.
It can be used as a paperweight, no?
Yes.
Yes. Lovely.
And these are turtle.
Diya, turtle diya.
Turtle deer.
Very nice. I think during Diwali season, you're going to have a few of us reach out to you.
Yes, yes. Even.
Thank you for sharing your art work, Aditya.
Well,
Shell paintings also. No? Shell painting. Shell.
and you also do shell painting also. With shell.
Great.
That's nice. You wanted to share something as well, maybe an Instagram account or how to place orders, how to reach out to you. Please put that in the chat so that we can access it. We're now open for questions from the audience.
So, Sai Savant, do you want to unmute and ask, or do you want us to ask the question?
Yeah, hi all. So myself Sai. I'm from Thane. So I would just like to ask, even my son has like this common hobbies like Aditya and all said like cooking and photography. So do we have any courses like for our kids anywhere? Like I'm looking for it, but I couldn't find anything. Where I mean at home only he is trying like whenever I'm trying to cook, so he comes and he helps me like that. But is there any way like we can give them some professional training or something like that? That's what I want to know. Yeah, thanks.
So photography, can I answer?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, Parini ma'am, you can go ahead.
Yeah. So Sharon is learning online photography since more than 3 years. And I'll share the contact number with you. Like there is a sir, his name is Mohit Ahuja. And actually he is a sibling to his elder sister is a special need. And he is such an amazing teacher. And we have group of 5 kids and they are learning online and they are doing amazing. So if your son is interested in photography, you must try to reach out this sir Mohit Ahuja. Maybe I'll put
Yeah,
contact
please
number.
share the number. Yeah, I will
Yeah.
reach out to him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
And may I answer regarding the cooking?
Oh yeah, sure. Ma'am.
Yeah. Regarding cooking, there are two. One is Verishka Foundation, which is at Goregaon, and the other one is Cafe Arpan. I'll share the numbers with you.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
please.
where they
I'll
train.
connect.
Yeah, where they train our special adults, right from chopping vegetables to bakery, depending on their talent. They are being, they are given different, jobs, like in the sense that
Oh,
they are
okay,
put
nice.
in various departments, right from basically starting from chopping vegetables to know
Oh,
what is slices, yeah, what is fine chop, right from that they start basic.
oh,
Like
that's nice.
Yeah.
So please
Thank you,
share
ma'am.
the
I'll share
number. I
the,
will
I'll
connect. Yeah. Okay.
yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so next we have Vijay Valiappan. And congratulations for the gold medal in skating. That's a big achievement. Would you want to unmute and talk to us?
Mr. Vijay, are you there with us?
We can see him here. So shall I read out the question then? My son is 8 years completed. He's still non-verbal communicator undergoing speech therapy. And also he is in skating. Got gold medal in national level in January. Can he continue skating? Since he is Down syndrome, is it suggestible? So, Dr. Sushma, do you want to take this up? I think some of our presenters have spoken about physical fitness. It is very important.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, so if the child is otherwise physically fit, like how we saw, the child does not have any pain in his neck, does not have any, abnormal posture of his neck, like turning to one side, or if the power in his limbs or his urination and everything else is okay, then we can as well let him continue. One thing is we can just take an X-ray of his neck just to make sure that his spine is all right. And then we can yes. Gauri ma'am.
Yes, sir.
So I think maybe you can just take an X-ray, lateral X-ray of his neck, just to make sure that everything is okay in the spine. Mostly without any symptoms, he mostly doesn't have any issue. But just before going into any formal sports training, he can just take an X-ray of his spine and he can go ahead.
Okay, yes. So again, I would like to add, whatever training is happening has to be under supervision. Because again, we know with Down syndrome, the tone can be affected, and making sure, like Unnati was saying, she does a lot of things to improve her core strength and tone. So everything needs to be worked on, whatever is needed, and the balance, everything has to go well. So if it is happening under coaching and training, I don't see why he cannot continue. There is no just because he is under the Down syndrome that he shouldn't be doing any activity.
Yes, rightly said.
Hi, ma'am. Also, from a physical therapy point of view, definitely children, I mean, people with Down syndrome will definitely have difficulties with balance and skating. Yes, as Dr. Sushma said, with subject to, there's no difficulty with the spine or the hip. Definitely a great exercise to go with, or a great activity more than an exercise to go with to continue your health. Core strength is also lower, again, which impairs with balance in people with Down syndrome. So, again, any activity, any physical activity, also focusing on core strength, as Unnati said, 100 curl-ups is amazing. Okay, so doing that is going to be really, really good for your health. So definitely you should go for it.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Kritika. I think Mr. David Clark has raised the hand. Do you want to say something, please? David Clark, are you there? Okay. Yes, Mr. Venkata Sudarshan, you can unmute. If you want, you can switch on your video
Good
also.
evening.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah. Good evening, madam. So my son, he's 6 years. Uh, I mean, he's having Down syndrome. My question is, I want to make him to join any sports class. So the doctor say, they need to check muscle strength and those things. Whom to contact for that? Any physiotherapist or any pediatrician with whom we should consult for that to evaluate those things?
Sorry, I don't know if it was my internet. I couldn't hear the question properly. Apurva or Kritika, did you hear? Do you want to take the question?
There was a break, ma'am. So I request Mr. Venkata to please repeat the question and perhaps come in better network area.
Yeah. Yeah, madam. My question is, my son is 6 years.
So probably switch off your video. So yes, so try now, sir.
So as the doctor just now mentioned, it needs to be analyzed. I mean, evaluated about the leg strength, hip, and backbone, those things. So where we need to consult to evaluate that? Any physiotherapist or pediatrician? Can I get any suggestion on that?
It will be helpful if you share your location, sir. Which part of the country are you from?
Yeah, I'm staying in Kerpuram, so near to Whitefield,
Okay.
Bangalore.
Okay. So probably you can meet Dr. Ravi Kumar or Dr. Sushma Keshav, who's with us. They both are pediatric neurologists working in Astor Whitefield. We even have a developmental pediatrician by name Dr. Prabhavati in Astor in Whitefield. So they will be able to kind of take a detailed history, examine, and then if only physio is required or any orthopedic intervention is required, they will plan out everything for you, sir.
Yeah, I have one more doubt, madam, because previously I came for the assessment for Esther Hebbal branch.
Yes.
So, but due to the in Dr. I think your Dr. Gauri madam, and so then we met with the doctor, few therapists there, and they did the assessment. They given the plan, but due to the distance travel, I could not able to go to the Hebbal branch. Then I have requested if there any started in the Whitefield branch. That time it was not there, but right now is it there or I want to know.
So right now it is there, sir, like how you met us in Hebbal. So same everything, whatever reports you have, take it and go to Dr. Prabhavati in Astor Whitefield.
Okay.
So I'll just put a number in the chat box. So contact them and they will direct you to the right people at Whitefield.
Yes, madam. Just show me that. I'll go and consult the doctor once because, yeah, I'm looking for those. One place. If I get every details, I mean, it will be helpful instead of going multiple patients.
Okay, sir. So I'm sharing the phone number. Contact them and say you want it for Whitefield, and they will direct you appropriately.
Sure. Thank you, madam.
Anybody else has any questions or anything more any of you want to share? Aditya, Sharon, or Unnati?
Oh, yes, please. I would like to say gracias for this lovely program. And my question is how Down syndrome can be diagnosed?
Once the child is born, there is a blood test, a very simple blood test where the karyotyping is done, where they see how many number of chromosomes, they map out the chromosomes, and that is how it is. Even in pregnancy, when women are pregnant, even for the child, there is screening that is done. So there are various on ultrasound and other markers, other blood tests for the mother are done, and the risk is calculated. And if there's high risk or any what suspicion, then fluid sample in the womb is taken to check for Down syndrome. They're very simple tests. And even when the child is born, when the child is examined, there are signs that are picked up, and then it is taken forward. Okay, so if any closing remarks by Aditya, Sharon?
Thank you for educating us in the big platform.
Thank you.
Yes, even
And
I
giving us the opportunity.
sorry. Even I am grateful to Apurva ma'am and others. Thank you for sharing, and I am also thankful to what Unnati and Aditya spoke about, journey, friendship, and mental and physical health. Uh, I am really happy about this happen here. So credit goes to Apurva ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank
Unnati?
you. Thank you very much. Thank you. I would like to request Kritika to please deliver the vote of thanks.
Sorry, 1 minute, Apu. Unnati, do you have anything to say?
Yes, I just want to say that different does not mean less. Thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you, Unnati. Thank you for joining us today.
That's my views.
Excuse me, ma'am. Didi.
Yes,
Thank you
Aditya?
for, I just want to say thank you that I expressed it, whatever I said. Express my views.
Thank you and good luck with everything. Good luck with your entrepreneurship.
Well, thank you.
Kritika, over to you.
Yes. Followed by this wonderful session today, I am so in awe of our dear speakers, Ms. Unnati, Mr. Sharan, and Mr. Aditya. You all are so talented, might I say multi-talented. Art, painting, photography, yoga, cooking, table tennis, badminton, singing, dancing, fitness. This list is just endless. On top of that, you all have the confidence to go on stage and be an advocate for Down syndrome on multiple platforms. Your dreams and aspirations inspire me to maybe push a little for my own. I wish you all the best for all your ventures. On behalf of the Brainchild Trust, I would like to thank you for being our speakers here today. I would also like to thank your parents, your mums present here. Thank you, Mrs. Meghna, mother of Unnati, Mrs. Sudha, mother of Aditya, and Mrs. Parini, mother of Sharan, who are present here today for helping your child, not just today, but when from the day your child was born. I'm sure you have inspired many parents to bond with their children and to work with them to be their own advocates. I would also like to thank Dr. Sushma for your informative talk. I'm sure your brief talk has helped many parents streamline the timely process of medical screening or attention needed by their children with Down syndrome. Thank you, Dr. Gauri and Dr. Apurva and Team Brainchild Trust for being the host of this event. I would finally like to thank all the participants. Your enthusiastic participation is truly appreciated and we were thrilled to have you. Thank you all.
Thank you, everyone. So all
Thank you all.
IDs, whoever have registered, I will share it as a email to all of you. We have your email IDs. Thank you so much. It was a lovely thing.
Ma'am, just a minute. Thank
Yes.
you for giving us an opportunity to be a part of this Brainchild Trust and express, due to our children, we could get a platform to express our views, their views, and it was very nice of you all. We went through we went to the past, the journey, what we had for he's 34 now. So the entire thing came flooding back right from the beginning, and how we explored different avenues of painting and everything, so it was very nice. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for giving us an opportunity.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yes. Yes, it's not just about today, isn't it? It is all a journey.
Yes.
True.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Apurva and Dr. Sushma, and all
Thank you,
the
Sudha
team of
ma'am. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
the entire team, ma'am.
Yes. Thank you.